All right, today we are cracking open a scientific cold case file, one that had the smartest people on the planet scratching their heads for decades. So get your detective hats on because we are about to solve the case of the spreading seafloor.
You know, it all kicks off with something you've probably noticed just staring at a world map. It kind of looks like South America could just snuggle right up against Africa, right? It's almost too perfect. Well, for the longest time, that simple observation was one of the biggest unsolved mysteries in all of science. So, here's our game plan for today's investigation. We'll start with that big unsolved mystery, then check out some super strange clues found by a very unexpected detective. After that, we'll uncover the planet's secret engine, have that big aha moment, and finally, we'll close the case on our moving Earth.
Okay, let's set the scene. The crime scene is, well, the entire planet. And scientists, they had a pretty good idea of what was happening, but they were missing the most important piece of evidence.
You see, the idea that continents were actually moving around, what's called continental drift, that part wasn't totally new. Scientists had found fossils of the same exact plants and animals on opposite sides of the Atlantic Ocean. They knew the continents had to be moving. The real head-scratcher was, how? I mean, what kind of force could possibly be strong enough to push an entire continent? Nobody had an answer. Every great mystery needs a great detective, right? Well, this case was cracked by a total hero who was using some brand new tech right in the middle of a world war to explore a place no one had ever really seen before, the bottom of the deep blue sea.
And here he is, Harry Hess. Now get this, he was a geology professor, but he was also a U.S. Navy officer during World War II. While he was out on his ship, he was constantly using this new tool called an echo sounder, it's basically sonar, to map the ocean floor. And the maps he was making? Well, they looked nothing like anyone imagined. They were just filled with these bizarre, unexplained clues.
So the very first clue was a total shocker. Everyone just figured the bottom of the ocean was flat, maybe a little sandy, kind of boring. But it wasn't. Hess and other scientists found something absolutely massive down there in the dark.
It was a gigantic mountain range, what we now call the mid-ocean ridge, and it snaked its way through every single ocean on the planet, almost like the seams on a baseball. And then there were these incredibly deep trenches, way, way deeper than something like the Grand Canyon. Plus these weird flat-topped underwater mountains. It was a whole hidden world, and none of it made any sense.
Okay, if you thought that was weird, the next clue was even stranger, and it has to do with magnetism. Scientists found out that the rocks on the ocean floor had this hidden pattern, almost like a secret code was printed on them.
What they found were these stripes of rock where a compass would point north, which is normal, right next to stripes where a compass would point south. But here's the craziest part. The pattern of stripes on one side of that mid-ocean ridge was a perfect, symmetrical mirror image of the pattern on the other side. It was literally like a magnetic barcode was printed all over the ocean floor. So strange.
The last big clue came when scientists were finally able to drill down into the seafloor and figure out how old the actual rocks were. And, you guessed it, the results were not at all what they expected. So, check this out. The rock right smack in the middle of the mid-ocean ridge was super young, brand new, geologically speaking. But, as you moved away from the ridge, it didn't matter which direction you went, the rock got older and older and older. The oldest rock was always the farthest away from the ridge, right up against the continents. So the big takeaway here, new rock was somehow being made at the ridge.
Okay, so Hess has all these clues piling up, the crazy landscape, the magnetic stripes, the weird age pattern. To crack this case, he had to connect all of it to this incredibly powerful, hidden engine running deep inside the Earth.
And that powerful force is called mantle convection. The mantle is just the super thick layer of hot rock that's right under the Earth's crust. And honestly, the best way to picture how it works is to think of a giant lava lamp, or maybe a big pot of boiling oatmeal. Hot stuff rises and cool stuff sinks.
So, here's how it works. Way down deep inside the Earth, rock gets incredibly hot, which makes it less dense, so it starts to slowly rise. Once it gets close to the surface, it spreads out and starts to cool off. And that cooler, denser rock, well, it sinks back down toward the core to get heated up all over again. It creates this huge, slow-motion circular current inside our planet.
And this is the moment where our detective, Harry Hess, puts it all together. He looked at all the clues from the seafloor, he thought about this giant engine inside the Earth, and he had a breakthrough that changed science forever.
You know what's really cool is that Hess didn't even call his idea a theory at first. He called it geopoetry. And that's just perfect because it shows how all these different beautiful ideas were coming together to paint one single incredible picture of how our planet actually works.
So what was this geopoetry, this big idea? Hess figured that the mid-ocean ridge, that giant underwater mountain range, wasn't just a bunch of mountains. It was actually a massive crack in the Earth's crust, where that hot, rising part of the mantle convection current was breaking through to the surface.
And as that hot magma oozes out at the ridge, it cools down and hardens into brand new seafloor. Then, even more magma comes up right behind it, pushing that new rock sideways. The seafloor itself was acting like a giant, super slow-moving conveyor belt, always being made fresh at the ridge and moving outwards. He called it seafloor spreading. And suddenly, all the clues just clicked perfectly into place. It was amazing. Why is the rock at the ridge the youngest? Well, duh, because that's where it's being made. And those magnetic stripes, as the new rock forms and spreads out, it locks in whatever the Earth's magnetic field is at that moment, creating a perfect recording. And what about the ridges and trenches? The ridge is where new crust is born, and those deep ocean trenches are where the old seafloor conveyor belt finally gets pushed down and recycled back into the mantle. It explained absolutely everything.
And just like that, with the theory of seafloor spreading, the decades-old cold case of continental drift was officially solved.
This was it. This was the how. This was the missing mechanism that everyone had been looking for. Seafloor spreading wasn't just some interesting thing happening at the bottom of the ocean. It was the engine that was physically pushing the continents all around the globe.
So let's just recap. The old mystery was, how in the world do continents move? The new solution, they're not really moving on their own. They're just passengers, getting carried along for the ride on these giant seafloor conveyor belts. And the mysterious engine that nobody could figure out? It's those massive mantle convection currents, deep inside the Earth, driving the whole show. Case closed. You know, this whole process isn't just something that happened millions of years ago. It is happening right now as you're sitting here listening to this. The continents are moving at about the same speed your fingernails grow. So that leaves us with one last kind of mind-blowing question. If the ground under your feet is literally moving right now, where's it going? What's the Earth going to look like in another 100 million years? Now that is something to think about.